I know you mentioned the vaccine rollout in your introduction, and I couldn't hear all of it, but I do want to ask specifically around this issue of queue jumpers. Does it frustrate you to see that people are jumping their spots in line, albeit a small portion of people? Is it frustrating to see that? And what can you do to assure British Columbians that as we move into April and we start having mass vaccinations and a lot more people getting it each day, but a lot more people waiting, that there won't be people manipulating the system to get the vaccine earlier than they should?
Well, I can't say today, Richard, what will happen with individuals in April. I can say that the examples that have been raised of queue jumping here in British Columbia cause me quite significant concern. There are two components of this, of course, as you know. I think Dr. Henry has been pretty clear on that. We don't want to waste a drop of vaccines. So if people do not come to their appointments, if there are other healthcare providers or other people close at hand that we can immunize, that's happening. Those that deliberately jump ahead of others who are a higher priority, that's profoundly disappointing. And we're going to work as hard as we can to avoid that, not just in the next number of days, but in the months ahead. But when we do get, and Adrian and I and Dr. Henry will be talking about this next week, when we get to the place where we're doing the mass vaccinations, hopefully we're looking at 500,000 a week when we get to a full operation. And of course, again, we're relying on the federal government to do its best to make sure that we have product here. That scarcity is still a challenge. And again, I'm not throwing any rocks here. It's just something I think all Canadians understand. There are 7 billion people anxious to get a vaccine. There aren't 7 billion vaccines. So we need to make sure we prioritize the distribution. I think that the overwhelming number of British Columbians will understand that waiting their turn in terms of what is the best health outcome, we want to start. I think the rule of thumb is the older you are, the more at risk you are. There are comorbidities, a host of other issues. Aside from getting a pile of mail about people grateful for the COVID benefit, I also got a pile of mail from various organizations, all with legitimate concerns about their workforce and suggesting that they should be prioritized over another group of people in society. So these are difficult issues. Everyone has a good case to make. I don't need to inventory them. I'm sure there will be a raft of stories between now and the last drop of vaccine distributed about who should go where in the lineup. I want the public to know that we're going to make sure we do our best to prioritize those who are at the greatest risk. And our understanding at this point in time is the older you are, the more at risk you are. So that's how we're going to prioritize going forward.